Hi, this is Dr. Otto Janke, and thank you for being with me today. Let's talk about what you eat, but more importantly, why you eat it. Because it's no use to you to know what to eat if you don't know how to use it best for you to have more fun in life. I mean, let's be realistic about this, is that we eat because we want to be able to do more of what we do. I mean, that makes kind of sense, doesn't it? Definition for nutrition is that it's the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. Well, let me ask you a simple question. Are you fulfilling what would be considered to be nutrition? Food for health and growth. We know that there's are just absolutely just magical foods out there that promote your living, promote your health. For instance, the very people talk about I hate broccoli. Broccoli is just awesome for you. One of my favorites is Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts. I love that stuff. I grow it, and it is absolutely fundamentally super for you. So, do you know what to eat? Do you know what not to eat? Let's start off with one of the simplest things you can do. One of the very simplest things you can do is make sure you are hydrated on a regular basis. The numbers are that 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. That means that you don't have enough of water in you to make sure what you do is processed regularly. If you look at some of the classic signals and signs of being dehydrated, confusion or process of thinking is slower. Number two, fatigue. Three, digestive problems. Can I ask you a question? How many people do you know who have already those three symptoms? One of the most serious things for seniors in America is being dehydrated. If you are someone who's on medications, those medications work better when you are hydrated. Dehydration. I can't emphasize one of the simplest things you can do for your own health is to make sure you're hydrated. It's super simple. I mean, water is everywhere, literally everywhere. I'm in my office right now. We have one, two, three, four either sinks or faucets to be able to drink from, to get water from. And there's stores there, store there, store there, store there, store that have water there. Dehydration. I can't impress upon you enough the simplicity of that. And get your kids into drinking enough water on a regular basis. Enough water on a regular basis. If you teach them now, the opportunity that they carry that on with them when they're adults and then become seniors is greater. It's just greater. Water, number one. So that's number one, dehydration. We find so many Americans are dehydrated. Again, if you are dehydrated, the processes that you want to be able to function at their best, metabolism, being able to digest, cardiovascular, your thinking, clarity of thought, all those are dramatically go down if you're dehydrated. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And again, we talk about seniors who are in hospitals. Some of the signs that they have that they go in with are because they're dehydrated. I do know practice members who have gone in and they had to hook them up to saline solutions immediately and gave them a couple of bags of fluid, and they were dramatically better right afterwards without the use of interventions of other kind. That's number one. So the first thing is dehydration, more water. Number two is this. Although studies have come out and um, if we look at what diet is best for you, what diet is going to help you to be healthier for more better years, what style of eating has been shown over and over and over again, it's going to be like the Mediterranean style, Mediterranean diet, or the Okinawan. And what that looks at, if we have a plate like this, by the way, if you look at plates, my wife and I got plates we inherited plates from her grandmother. The plates were like a lot smaller. It was kind of amazing. Now the plates are like, that big. Is if you take a plate that size, let's take the small little portion down here, that'll be your animal protein. In the Okinawan and in the Mediterranean styles of eating, it's typically a fish base, some kind of fish. And then the rest of that is vegetable. So you have this plate right there. And so we're going to take a small corner of a small, not even a quarter of it, even less than that. And that's going to be your animal protein. The rest of it is going to be vegetables. Vegetables. I asked some people, are you able to do that? And they said they get bored of eating the same things. I understand that totally. One of the things you can do, which I think is absolutely just a fun thing to do for you and your family, is to learn different vegetables and then learn how to prepare them, eat them. And so when I moved to a much more plant-forward diet years ago, the same as you, were thinking, what the heck am I going to eat? I don't even know what to do. So I had to go learn. And by the way, you can do this on YouTube in just no time whatsoever. But I was one who went and researched and looked up recipes. And so I had to learn how to cook again. And so making foods and shopping is absolutely, wow, I can have that, instead of saying, I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to eat. Learning what other foods are makes things just so much. You open up the door for you and your future, for you and your kids, by exposing them to more and different vegetables. Some of you are going to say, my kids don't like vegetables. Expose them to different ones. Open the doors up to other ones. Not that hard to do. It's kind of really neat. You'll find that there's just absolutely gads of great stuff there for you in the produce section. Just great stuff. Fantastic. Lots of the stuff. Lots of those produce you're going to find in the vegetables and the fruits promote your health. They promote your health. They promote your longevity. Again, you look at the Okinawan and the Mediterranean diets, it's all fresh fruits and vegetables, along with a small amount of animal protein, small amounts. Not like in America where we have, okay, I'm going to eat a 28-ounce steak or something. They just don't do that in other countries. I'll put a side note for you, is that we need to really look at our portion size. In America, we try to fill our plate, and we start to learn that I'm going to stop eating before I'm full. Stop eating before I'm full. It's just a simple thing. Simple thing. So number one is hydration. Number two is Mediterranean, Okinawan styles of eating, those plates. And three is this. I can't stress this nearly enough. How many spices and herbs do you use? Do you want to make foods just dramatically more fun and just super tasty? Overwhelm your senses, your taste buds, your palate with herbs and spices. Growing up, I always make the joke that I think the top spices I had growing up were like mild chicken wing sauce and whatever that stuff is in Hamburger Helper. Yeah, yeah, I know. I have learned and had to find out what the rest of the world eats. Holy guacamole. They eat incredible amounts of spices. If you want something that has pound for pound, even more longevity, health, and anti-cancer promoting properties, it's spices. pound for pound, dramatically more than fruits and vegetables. Spices. So my latest ones, and I've been using it for years, cumin, coriander, and curry. You know how much curry the rest of the world eats? It's incredible. I've gone from, I mean, I love garlic, but learning different kinds of peppers. I mean, I thought there was one kind of pepper, which was right next to the salt. I thought that was the only kind of pepper there was. And you learn there's all different kinds of pepper. I mean, it's just like white pepper. You ever had white pepper? Me either until recently. And so you look at all these great, great foods for you. One of my favorites to grow also is horseradish. I I love horseradish. I will eat horseradish to the point where my nostrils get absolutely cleared out immediately and the top of my head starts to sweat. And my wife will be like, why are you doing that? Because it's awesome. And it is antiviral, antibacterial. It has all these great properties to it. And it's so simple and it's super cheap to make, super cheap to buy even. So I have had to change some things in way I eat. And so once again, I mean, I have a bottle of water. I mean, fresh water every day right there next to me. Water, can't impress upon you enough. Number two is going toward a much more plant-forward diet. It's not hard to do. You're going to save money at the grocery store. And number three is learn some spices and herbs. My dear Lord, the rest of the world is so far ahead of us when it comes to this stuff. So far ahead of us. And it is just great for you. Pound for pound, the spices are just so healthy for you. It is incredible. You want to push your own health. You want to push your own longevity. Simple things to do. You know, you hear the statement that let food be thy medicine. I can't impress that enough. It can be. Food can be a major cause of disease for you. You can actually fuel disease by what you eat. Yeah, we hear about this all the time. We hear about this all the time. So make some small changes that can have profound effects upon you in the future. If you ever have any questions, always feel free to give me a buzz. Thanks for being here today.